Hi. Hello, welcome. So we had 2 days of 4.4a, and now we're moving on to 4.4b. The only difference between 4.4a and today's lesson is that now you have to change the equations into y equals mx plus b. So right now this is in standard form. So let's write on the top of our paper what standard form is. Ax plus by equals c. So that means that my x and my y terms are on the left-hand side. Now, when I want to change something to standard form, from standard form into slope-intercept, I need to get slope-intercept form. So this slope-intercept form, this is how we graph. We begin with our y-intercept, and then we rise and run up our slope. So let's go over a couple things. First of all, a dotted line is when I have a less than or a greater than symbol. A solid line with graphing means I have a less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to. So my tip for you is be sure to change a standard form equation to y equals mx plus b. All right? So here we go. Number one, I have my y and my x both on the left side. In order for me to change this into y equals mx plus b, I need y alone. I need to isolate this variable, which means that I need the 2x to be over on the other side. It is a positive 2x. How do I move the positive 2x? I hope you were thinking like the inverse operation, right? Subtract it. So I'm going to subtract 2x like that. So then I'm going to get y is greater than, and right after, I used to say right after the equal sign, but right away I need to put the slope, which is my x term right here. So negative 2x is going to be first, and this positive 6 will be after it, because remember, these are not like terms. This is my slope, it has an x with it, and 6 is just a constant, a number alone. So I cannot put them together. Now that I've got it in slope-intercept form, I am going to graph it. My slope is negative 2 over 1. My y-intercept is at 6. So I'm going to do begin at 6. Let's graph with my purple. Okay. Begin at 6 on my y-intercept, y-axis, make a dot at 6. Then I'm going to rise negative 2, which means I go down 2. I'm going to run 1, which means I go to the right. So down 2, right 1, make a dot. Down 2, right 1, make a dot. And I'll go one more. Down 2, right 1, make a dot. Now I need to decide, should I make a dotted line or should I make a solid line? Well, this says greater than, which means dotted line, it does not have a or equal to underneath it. So let's make a dotted line. Okay. So now that I made my dotted line, I have to figure out the shading. This says greater than. When I'm shading greater than, let's write what we did yesterday. Greater than, oh shoot, this is less than or equal to. It's going to be under or left. But when it's greater than or equal to, my shading will be higher or above. And then it could be to the right of the line. So since this says greater than, I'm going to shade higher than the line, above the line. So you're looking at like, is this below the line? No. Is this, well, this is below the line. But since I'm doing greater than, I want above the line, higher than the line. So I'm going to go like this. And it's also to the right. Okay. So I need to make sure that I remember. All right. So we're good with this one. Completely done. let's turn the page and go to number 2. Okay. On number 2, it's not in y equals mx plus b, but that's easily remedied. So get my x term over to the right side, and then there happens to be a number in front of y, so I need to change that as well. So I'm going to subtract 9x. There's 9x is gone. There's still a negative 3y on the left, greater than or equal to. Right after is going to go my slope, negative 9x plus 18. Okay. Then I'm going to get the y alone. Well, there's a negative 3 that's multiplied by it. How do I get rid of something that's multiplied? What's the inverse operation of multiply? Okay, so I'm going to divide by negative 3. And when I divide by negative, ding, ding, ding. Remember this? When I have an inequality and I divide by a negative, that means that all my solutions are going to switch from one side of the 0 on a number line to the other side of 0 on a number line. And I need to change the direction of the inequality. Only when you multiply or divide by a negative. Negative 9 divided by negative 3, 3x. 18 divided by negative 3, minus 6. Okay. My slope is 3 over 1. My y-intercept is negative 6. So let's begin at negative 6. Okay. Rise 3. Run 1. Rise 3. Run 1. Rise 3. Run 1. Oh, is this a solid or a dotted line? Look at that. I hope you said solid. Solid, solid. Good. Okay. Shading. This says less than. Less than is under the line or like below, under. Since this is slanted, I need to be under the line. It's not going to be to the left of the line in this circumstance because under the line, lower than the line. And let's say I wasn't sure. What I should do is I should pick a test point. So I know that the shading is going to be under the line. The shading is going to be here. But if I didn't know, let's talk about this test point idea. I'm going to pick a point where I think, how about just like this point, 3, 0. I think that 3, 0 is supposed to be in the shaded area, and I'm going to test it. So here's my x and my y, right? So I'm going to do my original equation, and instead of x, I'm going to plug in 3. And instead of y, I'm going to plug in 0. 9x, 3, minus 3y is greater than or equal to 18. 27 minus nothing is greater than or equal to 18. Is 27 bigger than 18? Yes, it is, which means that my 3, 0 point is a solution, and it should be shaded. All my solutions are in the shaded area. Okay? All right. Let's jump to number 3. Okay. Change it to y equals mx plus b. Move this minus 2x. Add 2x. 4y is greater than 2x plus 8. Okay. Divide by 4, guys. Divide by 4. Everything gets divided by 4. 1/2 x plus 2. Identify what my slope is. My mx plus b. M is 1/2. Y-intercept, begin, is at 2. Okay, so begin at 2. Rise 1, run 2. Rise 1, run 2. And I would like you, please, to reverse it. Go back to your y-intercept and go down 1, left 2. Okay? So, oh, should it be solid or dotted? Look at the inequality. Is that a solid or is that a dotted? It's a dotted. And the shading says greater than the line, bigger than the line, above the line, higher than the line, all the way up here. If I wanted to do that test point again, you pick a point in the shaded area where you think the solution is. I think, and always pick something like easy, like, I don't know, this 0,4. And I'm going to plug in 0,4 to see if this ordered pair is a solution. So you plug it in. Negative 2x plus 4y is greater than 8. Is 16 greater than 8? Yes, it is. Which means that 0,4 is a solution and it should be shaded. And look, I was right. All right, very good. So your homework tonight is on Pearson. It's some problems that I assigned. So you will see that on your Google Classroom. All right, excellent job, guys. Talk to you soon.